from ice to water to air to nothing. Not only is that what I was thinking about in creating this icebreaker speech that I turned into a video, but it's also what I thought about in moments of complete surrender to my excruciating pain. I would imagine it as ice being squeezed. It was a technique that a chiropractor shared with me to help me grasp the ice block of pain so it began to break apart and melt. My name is Meredith Ochoa, and every 28 days since around 14 years old, I have had debilitating menstrual pain from endometriosis. I have crossed over to the other side and returned. I have woken up in pools of sweat and blood, and I've gone unconscious due to the shock from the writhing, knife-bending, piercing stabs of the cramps. I usually would have to go to the emergency room when I could afford it. I have had surgery, been on multiple medications, birth controls. Basically, I never, ever thought I would be sitting here speaking to you, having healed myself from endo. I was told by doctors, it's a psychological issue. It's all in your head. Just have a baby and it will go away. Maybe you're just one of those people who has pain. And then my personal favorite, just become a man. Yes, one of the most common prescriptions for endo treatment is a drug called Lupron, a puberty blocker for transitioning sexes, and a company that has been criminally sued and charged, yet it is still prescribed. But maybe that's for another video. Unfortunately, this story isn't unique to me. This is very common in people with endo. If you haven't noticed, we live in a hormonally and sexually disempowered world, with every 1 in 10 women who have endometriosis and 1 in 3 women who have pelvic pain. Each year, approximately 600,000 hysterectomies are performed in the US, or about 1 uterus for every minute of the year, with over 70% recognized as medically unnecessary. I am, however, grateful for every single one of those false health statements the doctors told me, because it pissed me off enough not only to educate myself hormonally and nutritionally, but to discover the only way out, to go in. Suffering only happens when we don't meet our pain, when we deny that it's there, when we bury it for politically correct reasons or to be liked and approved of by others. Pain is inevitable, but suffering really is optional. I have lived this from facing and not facing my own pain with 17 years of endometriosis and now about 4 years healed. When I was able to sit with my pain and ask it what it needed, I found that my liberation would be realized through acceptance of myself and my body. And it's a never-ending journey of having the courage to face yourself, who you are, what you are. I am a biological woman, so I began to honor that, to be proud of that, instead of trying to make it fit into a man's world. I started to see my cycle as my superpower, something unique to me and to be celebrated. My cycle is what makes me different, and it's also how we all got here, from someone with a period. But it is also what has connected me more intimately to others because I'm connected to the source within myself. So why did I refer to the way our world is designed as a man's world? Well, for the most part, the world we live in runs on a 24-hour clock. And of course, while both men and women share in the circadian rhythm, I refer to this as the man's clock because they energetically and hormonally replenish every 24 hours, whereas for women, it's a bit longer. We have designed our world to benefit the cycle of testosterone, which is highest in the morning. Notice how we begin work at 9 a.m. and then begins to drop off in the evening around 5 p.m. happy hour, hence the 9 to 5 workday. Now, nothing against men's biological clock, but the timing of our world is run in a way that's pretty one-sided, benefiting male biology and testosterone, which they have done a great job at leveraging and optimizing. A short circuit battery, male, compared to a long circuit battery, female, neither one being better but different. In addition to the circadian rhythm, women's bodies during the menstruating years follow the infradian rhythm clock, your monthly cycle. For women, completeness lies within every phase, a 28-day series of 4 phases that cyclically repeats, similar to the cycles of the seasons and the earth. Both Masculine and feminine polarities are two halves that complete one whole within each person. You need both, and you have both, which is what makes competition between the sexes pointless and really laughable. Everyone has both within, regardless of whatever is between your legs. The goal is to address and balance both. While both are equally valuable, they are different. Each brings different insights and should be celebrated for that. You probably heard of the everyday projects like a sketch a day and other everyday projects like the crypto art breaking sale of people's everydays, in which he created an image from start to finish every day for 5,000 days. In April 2021, instead of an everyday series, I began my every phase series, creating a piece of art from start to completion, not every day, but every phase for 13 years. So basically the feminine response to people's project and the plethora of everyday's projects out there. Within each female 28-day cycle, there are 4 phases: follicular, ovulatory, luteal, and menstrual. The art illustrates the different brain and body chemistry of what's occurring during that particular phase. Follow this vlog series by subscribing as I actually live the art within each phase. And if you prefer writing, check out my Every Phase blog. Speaking of living the art, this series is about way more than just healing. These videos, as well as the writing and art pieces, discuss truth, freedom, our current healthcare and financial system slavery, and the way out. I self-published the first year of this series as a printed art book with augmented reality interaction. It is very appropriately titled, Face Your Shit, Heal Yourself, and also includes a list of resources that helped me in my healing journey. You can check out the brief video explaining the book in the description of this video. In addition to the book, I also have an accompanying podcast, which is the same title, that introduces some of the experts and practices that helped me achieve what I thought was impossible. In living this journey, I realized that nothing happens that doesn't benefit me. It's not a lie I tell myself, but an available awareness and reality. I kept the desire and I gave up the struggle. And my wish is for it to spread to all women dealing with endo and all people in pain. Through my experience, I learned that all healing begins with being authentic, and that the truth really will set you free once you decide to break the ice. Thanks for listening.